What if I told you that most people today aren't losing because they lack ability, but because they lack mental toughness? We scroll endlessly, compare ourselves to strangers, envy their lives, and then wonder why we feel stuck, tired, or empty. We run toward comfort, yet remain drained. We avoid struggle, yet suffer daily. Here's the truth. Comfort is quietly weakening us, while challenge, though harsh, holds the seed of real strength. The ancient Stoics understood this long before smartphones, social media, or modern self-help books existed. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of history's greatest Stoic minds, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That wasn't just a quote. It was a way of living. Stoicism isn't about making life easy. It's about becoming unshakable when life is hard. In this video, we'll uncover 8 unfiltered Stoic laws designed to strengthen you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. No sugar-coated motivation, only principles forged in fire, tested in ancient Rome, and still brutally relevant today. 1. Welcome discomfort like an ally. Most of us have been trained to avoid pain. The Stoics flipped this. They walked toward it. Think back to the times you truly grew as a person. Were you relaxed, comfortable, and safe? Or were you thrown into moments that demanded you rise or break? Marcus Aurelius endured war, betrayal, and illness, yet led with calm. He didn't run from discomfort. He let it shape him. What stands in the way becomes the way. That wasn't poetry. It was strategy. Every obstacle can sharpen your will. Every delay can strengthen your patience. Every rejection can teach resilience. Modern life says, avoid pain. Stoicism says, train for it. That could be a cold shower, a difficult conversation, or pushing through fatigue at the gym. These are not punishments. They are training. Seneca practiced sleeping on the floor, eating plain food, wearing rough clothing, not out of misery, but preparation. If life ever stripped his comfort away, he wouldn't be shocked. He'd be ready. Discomfort is a mirror. It shows you who you are and who you're becoming. Avoiding small struggles today only invites bigger suffering later. But if you lean in, walk through the fire, and keep your mind steady, you stop fearing pain. And that's the start of real freedom. 2. Master your emotions before they master you. How often does your mood get hijacked? Someone insults you and you react. Plans change and you spiral. You feel lazy, so you skip what matters. If your emotions control you, you're not free. Epictetus, a former slave who became a Stoic teacher, said, "Anyone capable of angering you becomes your master." The moment you react without control, you hand over your peace. Stoicism doesn't tell you to erase emotions. It tells you to observe them, understand them, and respond with intent. A child throws a tantrum. A Stoic sits in the storm and thinks. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, it is not the thing itself that troubles you, but your judgment of it, and you can change that at any moment." Emotional control is not being robotic. It's the ability to feel anger without exploding, fear without freezing, sadness without sinking. Next time you feel triggered, pause. Ask, is this reaction useful right now? Then act with purpose. In a chaotic world, calm is rare. When you master your emotions, you become that rare person, steady, clear, unshaken. 3. Stop expecting life to be fair. One of the quickest paths to frustration is believing the world owes you fairness. You work hard, but someone less deserving gets ahead. You love deeply, but they leave. You do right, yet face punishment. Life was never built on fairness. It was built on reality. Marcus Aurelius saw injustice daily, even as emperor. But instead of complaining, he focused on strength. The Stoics didn't expect kindness from the world. They expected hardship and prepared for it. When you say, "This isn't fair," what you often mean is, "I don't like this, and I wish it didn't happen." But wishing doesn't make you stronger. Facing it does. Bad people sometimes win. Effort doesn't always equal reward. This isn't negativity, it's life. The difference is that the average person waits for fairness, while the Stoic builds an inner power no one can take. 4. Focus on your sphere of control. Your power exists in a small circle, what you can truly control. Everything outside it must be released. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." You can control your thoughts, your actions, your responses. You can't control others' opinions, random events, or the future. Most people waste energy trying to change what they can't and wonder why they're anxious. Think of a ship in a storm. The Stoic doesn't scream at the wind, he grips the wheel. Ask yourself daily, is this within my control? If yes, act. If no, let go. 5. Train through voluntary hardship. In a comfort-obsessed world, discipline is a rare weapon. The Stoics didn't wait for challenges, they created them to prepare. Seneca advised setting aside days to live simply. Eat basic food, wear old clothes, limit comfort, and ask yourself, is this what I feared? Fasting, cold showers, early training, saying no to luxuries. These aren't about self-punishment. They're about building resilience so that when life gets hard, you don't break. 6. Detach from results. Commit to the process. Most people tie their happiness to outcomes. Promotions, praise, money, success. But results aren't fully yours to control. Effort is. Epictetus said, "Freedom is won by ignoring what lies beyond your control." Focus on the work, the writing, the training, the learning, and release the need for constant validation. Ironically, when you stop obsessing over results, you achieve more because you're calm, focused, and consistent. 7. Remember death and live urgently. We act like we have endless time. We don't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." The Stoics practiced memento mori, remembering mortality to sharpen focus. Knowing time is limited pushes you to cut distractions, end toxic patterns, and live now instead of later. 8. Fight for virtue, not applause. Most people move for attention. The Stoic moves for principles. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Do the right thing without an audience. Keep your word when it costs you. Work hard when no one's watching." That's how you build a soul that can't be bought. Approval fades, integrity stays. And when you no longer need the crowd, you often become the kind of person they follow anyway. If this spoke to you, don't just nod and move on. Choose one law and apply it today. Every challenge, every rejection, every moment of discomfort, it's all training. Build the mind, guard your principles, and live as if time is short, because it is.